Lucy and the Hidden Door. Lucy, a curious little girl, was spending the summer at her grandparents' house, a place filled with wonder and adventure. Their garden was her favourite place to explore, wild and sprawling, full of buzzing bees and towering sunflowers and secret pathways that twisted between the apple trees and the blackberry bushes. The scent of lavender and roses floated in the air, and the gentle hum of crickets played in the background like a tiny hidden orchestra. Lucy loved the way the grass tickled her bare feet, and how the old wooden swing creaked when she pushed herself high into the sky. There were hidden nooks where she could sit and read a book, and trees that begged to be climbed. It was a garden that felt like a story waiting to be discovered. One afternoon, as she wandered along the stone path at the very back of the garden, she spotted something unusual behind a thick curtain of ivy. The vines twisted and curled over something wooden. She stepped closer, gently pushing aside the leaves, and there, standing tall and weathered with age, was a door. It was old. The wood was dark and rough beneath her fingers. A heavy iron handle rested in the centre. It was rusted, but it was strong. Lucy's heart thumped with excitement. A door in the garden! Where could it possibly lead? She tried the handle, but it didn't budge. Frowning, she pulled a little harder. Nothing. It was locked tight. Lucy ran her fingers over the wood, searching for a keyhole, a secret latch, anything. But the door stayed stubbornly closed. She let out a sigh, stepping back. Maybe it was just an old, boring storage shed, long forgotten. Still, it felt special, like a secret waiting to be told. That night, Lucy lay in bed, unable to sleep. The air was warm, the kind of thick summer air that made the curtains drift lazily in the night breeze. She kicked off her blanket, turning onto her side, then onto her back. Her thoughts kept going back to that door. Why was it there? What was behind it? Why wouldn't it open? Just as she was about to close her eyes, a sound made her sit up. It was soft but unmistakable. A slow, steady creaking noise coming from outside in the garden. Lucy threw back the covers and tiptoed to the window, pressing her nose against the cool glass. Moonlight bathed the garden in a silver light, making everything look quiet and still, except for one thing. The door. It was open. Lucy's heart did a little flip. The door that wouldn't budge earlier was now slightly ajar, just wide enough to show there was darkness beyond it. For a moment she hesitated. Should she wake Grandma? Should she wake Grandad? But something inside her told her that this was for her alone. She slipped out of bed, pulled on her slippers, and wrapped her dressing gown tightly around her. The wooden floor was cold underfoot as she crept down the stairs, past the ticking clock in the hallway, and out into the night. The garden was different at night, still but alive in a new way. The air smelled richer, like damp earth and fresh grass, and the sound of the rustling leaves filled the quiet. Fireflies shone in the darkness, their tiny lights winking like stars. She reached the door. Up close it looked even older, as if it had been waiting there for years and years, waiting for the right person to find it. Lucy took a deep breath. She opened it wide, and she stepped through. The moment she did, everything changed. A path suddenly stretched before her, winding gently into the trees, But they weren't ordinary trees. Their trunks were wide and tall, stretching high into the sky, the leaves shimmering softly as if dusted with gold. The air smelled sweet, like warm bread and honey, and a cold, gentle breeze brushed against her skin. She looked up, eyes wide. But somehow, she wasn't afraid. If anything, she felt safe, like she belonged here. She took another step forward, deeper into the glowing forest, her heart fluttering with wonder. The hidden door had led her somewhere special. She couldn't wait to explore. Up ahead, the trees parted, revealing a small clearing with a still golden pool in the centre. The water was smooth, reflecting the stars above like a mirror. And a figure sat by the edge, watching the water. It was a man, dressed simply in his hands on his lap. He turned as Lucy approached. When she saw his face, she felt a strange sense of familiarity. His eyes were warm and kind, filled with something she couldn't quite describe, something that felt like knowing, like he had always known her. He smiled at her, the kind of smile that made her feel safe, like everything was exactly as it should be. "Come and sit," he said, gently patting the grass beside him. Lucy hesitated, but only for a moment, then settled beside him. They both gazed into the pool's golden glow. "What do you see?" he asked. Lucy leaned forward. At first she saw only her own face staring back, but then something else. A soft glow surrounded her, and surrounded her reflection as if she was wrapped in light. "That light," said the man, "is love. The kind that never fades, that never disappears, no matter where you go." Lucy felt something warm settle deep in her chest. "Whose love?" she asked. "Mine," said the man simply. A breeze stirred the water, making the reflection shimmer. "Will I always have it?" asked Lucy. He smiled again. "Always." Lucy blinked sleepily. She suddenly felt very, very tired. She stood up and turned back towards the trees. "I need to go now," she said. "I need to go to sleep." But just before she stepped away, she asked, "What's your name?" The man's smile deepened. "Jesus," he said. "And if you ever feel worried or alone, you can call me. Close your eyes and you'll see me here. We can meet in this place. You are safe with me." Lucy turned around. She walked back down the path, through the tall trees, through the door, back into her grandma's garden, back into the house, up the stairs, and climbed into bed, sinking deeply into her pillow, her heart warm and full. As she drifted off to sleep, she knew that she was safe, loved, and never alone. Her eyelids felt heavy. Her body felt warm and safe beneath the covers. She took a slow, deep breath in and let out a gentle sigh. She knew she was safe and loved and never alone. And she knew that any time she wanted to feel loved and warm and safe, she can close her eyes and see Jesus in the forest with her, that she is surrounded by his love, that it wraps her in a warm blanket every day. She is safe. You are safe. You are loved. You are never alone.